Salvazione, tremissione, peccatura nostra, tribuata, nobis omnipotens misericors Dominus, Deus conversus vivificabis nos, ostende nobis Domine misericordiam Tua, Domine exaudi orationem mea, Dominus vobiscum, oremus. Gloria in excelsis Deo.
Et in terra pax omnibus, bone voluntatis, adoramus te, benedicimus te, adoramus te, glorificamus te, gratias augemus tibi, propter magnam gloriam Tua, Domine Deus Rex celestis, Deus Pater omnipotens, Domine Filii unigenite, Iesu Christe, Domine Deus agnus Dei, Filius Pactis, qui tollis peccata mundi, miserere nobis, qui tollis peccata mundi, suscipe deprecatione nostra, qui sedes ad externa Patris, miserere nobis, gloriam tu solus sanctus, tu solus Dominus, tu solus Altissimus, Iesu Christe, cum Sancto Spiritu, in gloria Dei Patris. Amen.
Dominus vobiscum,
Et cum spiritu tuo,
oremus. Deus, qui in filii tui humilitate accenda mundum erexisti, fidelibus tuis perpetuam concede laetitia, ut quos perpetue mortis repuisti casibus, gaudis facias per fruis sempiternis, per eiundum Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium Tuum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
Lectio Epistolae Beati Petri Apostoli. Carissimi, Christus passus est pro nobis vobis relinques exemplum us equamini vestigia eius, qui peccatum non fecit, nec inventus est dolus in ore eius, qui cum malediceretur non maledicebat, cum pateretur non comminabatur, tradebat autem judicanti se injuste, qui peccata nostra ipse pertulit in corpore suo super lignum, ut peccatis mortuvi justitiae vivamus, cuius livore sanati estis, eratis enim sicut oves erandes, sed conversi estis nunc ad pastorum et episcopum animarum vestrarum. Alleluia, alleluia. Conjuverunt discipuli Dominum Iesum in practio. Alleluia. Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo.
Sequentia Sancti Evangelii secundum Ioannem.
Gloria tibi, Domine.
In illo tempore dixit Iesus Phariseis, ego sum pastor bonus, bonus pastor animam suam dat pro ovibus suis, mercenarius autem et qui non est pastor, cuius non sunt ovas proprie, videt lupum venientem, et dimitit ovas et fugit. Et lupus rapid, et disperget oves. Mercenarium autem fugit, quia mercenarius est, et non pertinet ad eium de ovibus. Ego sum pastor bonus, et cognosco meas, et cognoscunt meae. Sicut novit me pater, et ego agnosco patram, et animam meam pono pro ovibus meis. Et alias oves habeo, quae non sunt ex hoc ovili. Et illas oportet me aducere, et vocem meam audient, et fient unum ovile, et unus pasto. Good morning, everyone. Today's Mass intention is for Nick Alves. We want to thank everyone for joining us today. As we continue to stay in touch, we would like to remind everyone to RSVP to our live streamed Masses so you can be notified. We are now live streaming Masses directly to our STJ Mod Facebook and YouTube accounts. We encourage you to download our STJ Mode app for Father Sam's blog and other important parish announcements. We have started a 9-day novena to Saint Joseph in preparation for a May 1 parish and individual consecration to Saint Joseph the Worker. Please see our website and Facebook for daily novena prayers. If you miss reading our St. Joseph's Bulletin each week, please know that it is available to read on our website. If you know someone who does not have internet access and would appreciate receiving our bulletin, please call our parish office so we can mail them one. We are humbled by your prayers and your continued support to your donations and offertory gifts as our church operational costs continue. Thank you very much. In the ordinary form of the Roman Rite, for today's Gospel, we have the Emmaus story, the two disciples going from Jerusalem to Emmaus. In the light of the present frustration we all face due to this lockdown and corona thing, that reading could have been much better. But unfortunately, in the extraordinary form, we have the Good Shepherd discourse we find in St. John's Gospel. The passage is quite long, running in 21 verses, but we have only a part of it. A couple of reflections on this discourse of Jesus. Jesus does not begin the discourse saying, "I am the Good Shepherd." This is how the discourse begins. We are in chapter 10 of the Gospel according to John. "Amen, amen, I say to you, whoever does not enter a sheepfold through the gate but climbs over elsewhere is a thief and a robber." A couple of verses later, Jesus says, "Amen, amen, I say to you, I am the gate of the sheep." And he repeats the same, "I am the gate," a verse later. So this is a particular we all have to consider. Jesus is the gate of the sheepfold. For those who are familiar with the time of Jesus, when they were past shepherds, they would be going to the field to pasture the sheep, and they won't be returning home every day. And for the sheep, they won't be sleeping within sheds. So all that they would be could be a small wall, maybe some 3 feet tall, without roofing. So these small walls could be made of stones heaped together. And there would be a small opening for the sheep to enter. And for that gate, in fact, there won't be a door that can open and close. Normally, the shepherd would place himself at the door of this fold, sheepfold, let's say. So, a sheep who would like to sneak out should have to cross over the shepherd. And a person who wants to come in should, of course, encounter the shepherd at the door. A sheep would not go out, because much later Jesus says, "I know my sheep and my sheep know me." So there is a mutual relationship between the shepherd and the sheep. So that would prevent a sheep from going astray. And someone who wants to take away a sheep will not find it easy as long as the shepherd is watchful and vigilant. So Jesus says, "I am the gate of the sheep." We'll come back to that later. Then, towards the middle of the whole discourse, Jesus says, "I am the good shepherd." I told you this discourse is 21 verses, and the first time Jesus speaks, "I am the good shepherd," is in verse 11. And Jesus repeats that twice. In the in the Near Eastern cultures, especially Sumerian, Babylonian, the kings were considered shepherds. An important task of a shepherd is to care for the weak. So when Jesus says, I am the good shepherd, at the very middle of this discourse means that he is also a king who cares for his people. So this discourse continues, and then Jesus starts speaking about the shepherd laying down his life to defend the sheep. Because in the normal structure, shepherd would be walking in front and the sheep follow the shepherd. So definitely an attack on the sheepfold is not easy because the shepherd is there at the front, exposed to any kind of danger. And Jesus says, nobody is taking my life from me. Nobody is violating me, but I lay down my life for the sheep. That image can be understood very well because whenever we have an icon or a picture of the good shepherd, we have this shepherd carrying a sheep on his shoulders. So there is a bit of history to that. Sheep are a curious animal. They can many a time go astray. So when a sheep constantly goes astray, the shepherd would break its bonds. And once the bonds are broken, the shepherd cannot stray anymore. At that point, what the shepherd does is, as this sheep cannot walk on his or her own, he carries that sheep on his shoulders. Thus, a very close bond will be created between the sheep and the shepherd. And it is in reference to this particular practice that David would say in his famous "The Lord is my shepherd" psalm, "The bonds you have crushed shall rejoice." Okay, it was painful, but that was for a greater healing. And because of that close affinity with the shepherd, the sheep becomes very much closer and closer to the shepherd. Now, as we are going through a difficult moment, we should always remember who is our shepherd and how our shepherd is different from any other shepherd. He's a shepherd who defends us, who protects us, who lays down his life for us. Even if he breaks our bonds, don't take that literally, please. Even if he lets us suffer, even if he allows sufferings or confusion or frustration in our lives, he carries us on his shoulders until we are healed. So let's trust in that shepherd who precedes us all the time, who defends us against all attacks, and who carries us when we are weak. May this shepherd be our true shepherd, that we can stay strong in faith despite anything that can discourage us. May God bless you. Credo in unum Deum,
Padre omnipotente,
factorem celui et terrae, visibilium omnium, vobiscum.
et cum spiritu tuo.
Oremus. Deus meius, ad te de luce vigilo, et nomine tuo levabo manus meas. Alleluia.
Deus meus a te de luce vigilo, et in nomine tuo levabo manus meas. Alleluia.
Orate fratres. Per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
Dominus vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo.
Susum coda.
Habemus ad Dominum.
Gratias agamus Domino Deo nostro.
Dignum et justum
Vere dignum et justum est secum et salutare, te quidem Domine omni tempore, sed hoc potissimum die gloriosius predicare, cum Pascha nostrum immolatus est Christus, ipse enim verus et agnus, qui abstulit peccata mundi, qui mortem nostra moriendo destruxit, et vitam resurgendo reparavit, et ideo cum angelis et archangelis, cum tronis et dominationibus, cumque omni militia celestis exercitus, hymnum gloriae Tuae canimus, sine fine dicentes. nobis quoque peccatoribus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
Oremus, precepti salutaribus moniti, et divina institutione formati, audemus dicere. Pater noster, qui es in celi, sanctificetur nomen tuum, adveniat regnum tuum, fiat voluntas tua, sicut in cielo et in terra. Panem nostrum quotidianum da nobis hodie, et dimite nobis debita nostra, sicut et nos dimitibus debitoribus nostris, et ne nos inducat in tentatione,
Sed libera nos a malo.
Amen. Libera nos quae sumus omnia publicus malis tempesteritis pratensimus et futuris et luces et de beate gloriosa siempre Virgine Dei Virgin Maria cum beatis apostolis tuis Petro et Paul et Santi Andrea et omnibus sanctis, de propisis pacem in diebus nostrum et misericordia tua et diuti peccatum meus et pasimum cura, liberatiationis securi. Per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
Pax Domini sit semper vobiscum.
Et cum spiritu tuo.
Domine nostrum dignus, Domine nostrum dignus, Domine nostrum dignus, ecce agnus Dei, ecce qui tollit peccata mundi.
Domine, non sum dignus surrendere tectum meum,
Sed tandem de querbo et sanabitur anima mea. Domine, non sum dignus ut indra sub tectum meum, sed tandem de querbo et sanabitur anima mea. Domine, non sum dignus ut indra sub tectum meum, sed tandem de querbo et sanabitur anima mea. Corpus Domini nostri Iesu Christi, custodiet anima tua, vitam aeterna. Amen.
Ego sum pastor bonus, alleluia, et cognosco oves meas, et cognosco me, alleluia, alleluia. That Easter day with joy was bright, the sun shone out with fairer light, when to the longing eyes restored, the apostles saw their risen Lord. His risen flesh with radiant glow, His wounded hands unfailing show, the stars that song of goodness gave, the willing tribute of our praise. O Jesus, King of gentleness, who with your grace all possess, that we may give you all days, the willing tribute of our praise.
Ego sum pastor bonus, alleluia, et cognosco vos meas, et cognosco me mei, alleluia, alleluia. Dominus vobiscum,
Et cum spiritu tuo,
oremus. Presta nobisque sumus omnipotens Deus, ut vivificationis tuae gratiam consequentes, in tuo semper munere gloriemur, per Dominum nostrum Iesum Christum Filium tuum, qui tecum vivit et regnat in unitate Spiritus Sancti Deus, per omnia saecula saeculorum.
Amen.
Dominus vobiscum,
Et cum spiritu tuo,
ite missa est.
Deo gratias.
Placete mi sancta Teresa sum sanctis et virtutis et prestum sacramentio corporis tuum est dignos autores de visita acceptable omnibus pro vivos spiritu dolente Deus propicio et peccatus nostro. Amen. Benedicat vos omnipotens Deus, Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Amen.
Dominus vobiscum,
et cum spiritu tuo.
Inicium Sancti Evangelii secundum Ioannem.
Gloria tibi, Domine.
In principio erat verbum, et verbum erat apud Deum, et Deus erat verbum. Hoc erat in principio apud Deum, omnia per ipsum facta sunt, et sine ipso factum est nihil quod factum est. In ipso vita erat lux hominum, et lux in tenebris lucet, et tenebrae iam non combrium derunt. Fuit homum Iesus ad Deo, cui nomen erat Ioannes, hic venit in testimonium, ut testimonium praeciberet de lumine, ut omnes crederent per illum. Non erat de lux, sed ut testimonium praeciberet de lumine. Erat lux vera quae illuminat omnem hominem venientem in hoc mundum. In mundo erat, et mundus per ipsum factus est, et mundus eium non cognovit. In propria venit, et sui eium non receperunt. Quod autem receperunt Deum, dedit eis potestatem filios Dei fieri, his qui credum in nomine eius, qui non ex sanguinibus, neque ex voluntate carnis, neque ex voluntate viri, sed ex Deo nati sunt. Et verbum caro factum est, et habitabit in nobis, et vidimus gloriam eius, gloriam quasi unigeniti a Patre, plenum gratiae et veritatis.
Deo gratias.